Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for Psychopathy Assessment. So dear viewers, this particular video game originally released in 2024. A year I remember fondly as the year I played a bloody lot of video games. But we are not here to talk about just any video game. We are here to talk about Psychopathy Assessment. And just like that beautiful bearded bastard Barry Bertrum, you're probably wondering,
what is this? What is it? What is this?
Psychopathy Assessment is a retro-inspired 80s VHS PS1 style horror game that blurs the line between reality and delusion. In this game, we step into the shoes of a man who may or may not be a bona fide psychopath. And if you think you're just going to spend the majority of this video game answering questions, like some kind of bloody maths test, you would be sadly mistaken. So let's review this horror video game the only way I know how, badly. And let's start with what I absolutely love about Psychopathy Assessment. Like I have already hinted, dear viewers, this game has an actual story and actual gameplay sequences, so you're not going to be spending the whole game answering questions. Despite how much you may have been led to believe that that's all you do in this game. No, there's so much more to it than that. There's a very, very dark story at play here. And in fact, it actually reminded me of a play I wrote a couple of years ago. Not that I'm accusing the game developer of plagiarism or anything, but I jest. So yes, I absolutely love the story for this game, particularly where it goes. Another thing I absolutely love is this game's whole stylistic aesthetics. Is that a phrase? That's not a phrase, I'm going to invent it. Basically, I really like how this game looks. I've been a big fan for many years of the games of Puppet Combo. Games that harken back to those video nasties of the 1980s, or those grindhouse movies of the 1970s. VHS filters, graphic violence, nudity, et al. And you'll be glad to hear, dear viewers, that this game has plenty of all of that. And this being a horror game, it would be good if the game was, I don't know, quite scary. And you'll be glad to hear that this game more than unnerved me at points, especially because on my first playthrough I didn't really know where things were going to be going, I didn't know what we were going to be doing, and there was one sequence in particular that I won't spoil here that really took me by surprise, and even had me thinking, dear God, are we allowed to do this in a video game? Dear God, am I even allowed to stream it? As far as negatives go, this is a very, very minor nitpick. I just wish the game was a little bit longer. My first playthrough of this game was under 40 minutes long, and while I really did enjoy that, I could definitely see how this game could be expanded upon, especially because I've written a fairly similar story myself. But on and all, this is a very, very good bite-sized piece of horror entertainment. And I highly recommend that you play it at your earliest convenience. Just, maybe keep the lights on. Have a loved one close by so you can give them a hug when you're finished playing the game. Therefore, I declare that Psychopathy Assessment is splendid. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my review for Psychopathy Assessment. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.